You are now live with the Humble Prince on Sahara FM Radio. Yeah. And we're back live with the Humble Prince on Sahara FM Radio. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Again, guys, we'd like to hear from you. The number to call is 646-559-6640. And again, tonight's show is brought to you by Finding Fella, a film about the great legendary musician, African musician, Afrobeat musician, Fela Anikulapo Kuti. Thank you, and please, for more information, go to his website, www.findingfella.com. And joined by my guest co-host, who's been doing a fantastic job so far. You're getting a lot of feedback. Getting a lot of feedback.
Yeah.
And everything.
Let's not share the feedback.
No, guys are saying that you're beautiful. One guy even reached out to me and saying, how come I only have beautiful women on the show? I'm like, hey.
He looks for them.
Yeah.
He actually
right,
tells you, listen, we have a criteria.
Right. We're an aesthetic society. They go for looks and everything. So, you know, conversation, everybody wants to do radio. Oh, she came up to me, can I get on your radio show, please? I'm like, hey, let me check you out.
I mean, can you imagine his excuse to toast women?
Oh, anyway.
And it really does go like that. He's like, wait, spin for me.
But thank you. So, your experience, single young woman, like she said earlier. So and, you have a bone to pick with married Nigerian men.
Yes, I have.
So is it just? So what's your bone of contention? Is it just with married Nigerian men or just Nigerian men? Period.
No, I mean it's not Nigerian men. Period.
Right.
It's married Nigerian men. Okay. Because I just feel like, first of all of you running around here with no wedding band. I don't care how many excuses you give me.
Does Prince William wear a wedding band?
Are you Prince William? And maybe he goes through a lot.
So how did the whole wedding band thing come about anyway? Where is it in the Bible? Or the Bible? If the Bible is the whole sole purpose of the Constitution of marriage and came from God, where in the Bible is?
On your wedding day, when you exchange vows and I wear this ring or I'm giving you this ring as a sign of my love and telling whatever words you choose to use, that is to signify that you're married. So by the time you take off this band and you're chasing these single women, it's like we don't stand a chance. We don't know who's married.
Don't look at me.
Who's not
Say
married.
day. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We won't take it to you, but I mean, I just feel like I can categorically say I get hit on by 85% married men and 15% single. I mean, and half of you aren't even upfront about it, so you're wasting my time, and you're clearly, I guess you guys have plenty of time to waste.
Right.
I just feel like, why? Like, leave us alone. Leave us single women alone so we can find the single ones.
But what about the single women that like to mess with married men?
Okay, I know the argument is going to be that, these single women are chasing them. If you're not making yourself available every night you're out, you wouldn't even be.
Oh, so because the man is married now, he can't go out?
You can go out, but stop making yourself so available.
How do they make themselves available?
Oh, come on. There's a difference.
No, let's talk on it.
No, seriously, you're out there popping bottles in clubs. You're there hitting on women. Hitting on her.
The woman can say no and walk away.
Yeah, but they don't know that, you got a wife and 6 kids at home. They don't know all that. They're like, okay, this is an interesting guy. I mean, don't get me wrong.
So
I'm not vouching for all single women because I know there are ones that actually go after married men, but we're not talking about those. We're talking about these smart, educated women that are actually looking for husbands, and you married men, seriously, you're like, get away.
No, let
you're
me
greedy.
say something, man.
You're greedy.
So, and one of the things when we were talking about, planning about the show, you said there's a difference between the married men in Nigeria and the married men in America.
Oh, I'm gonna get
no, let's talk about it.
It's true now. The ones here, they have a little bit of respect.
Well, hey, I'm here.
The ones in Nigeria, no one has ever told them that it's okay, like that it's wrong to be a married man and hit on single women. I mean,
but that's part of our culture, though. Isn't it understood?
People, that's not part of our culture. Stop it.
You don't think so?
There's so many.
Let me ask you something.
Many married men that I've met their girlfriends and I've never seen their wives. That's ridiculous.
Wow, interesting.
I mean, in work, everywhere you go, you see them with girlfriends, and you don't even know that they have wives at home.
So let me ask you
with
this.
The kids.
So those women who are the girlfriends that know that this man is married with kids, why don't they take the moral route and say, you know what, you're married?
Those ones are trifling. I'm not speaking for those.
Right. Okay. If you say they're trifling, then you know how many trifling women there are in Nigeria too?
Yes, but I'm speaking for the non-trifling ones.
Well, you guys might be outnumbered. I'll tell you that.
I really don't think so. And the problem is that most of these men put all the women in that category, and they approach them as such. Like, I've been disrespected in so many levels because it got to the point.
What do you say disrespect?
Like, men that'll just come up to you and, put money in your face and say, listen, meet me in this hotel room, as if I mean, it got to the point where I
I
was
don't
like,
condone
this can't
that.
be real.
I don't condone that.
I
But
mean, I was at a
unfortunately,
wedding.
that
I want to
works.
tell a story.
Yeah,
and
go
it's
ahead,
pretty bad.
please.
I was at a wedding once, and
Right.
you know, this honorable, let's just leave it at that,
Right.
sent his PA over to get my number, and I refused, obviously. And then a few minutes later, comes and drops a wad of money on my table. He was like, "How about now?"
How much?
I'm not gonna say.
Because everybody has a price.
I don't
Everybody
know
has a price.
I mean, but
I
come
saw a
on.
decent proposal. Goddammit. Everybody has a price. No, go ahead.
He couldn't afford it. Let's just put it that way. But I'm just saying that, come on, like I'm sitting at a table with a crowded table. Well, how does that make me look? You've turned me into a prostitute, essentially, or you're treating me as such. Yes. I mean,
Maybe
there are women that would respond to that, but when
maybe
you
a
feel
run-
like you
maybe
can,
not a
you can
prostitute.
relate to every woman in that way, it's ridiculous.
You know, honestly, that's demeaning. I won't say prostitute.
Extremely.
Maybe runs girl. No.
You people that argue that there's a difference, you're lying to yourselves.
Thank you. Runs girl and prostitute is
You're
the same
lying
thing.
to yourself.
Same exact thing.
It's the same
But you know
thing.
what?
You're trading sex for money. I don't care how many, if it's in gifts, in kind, whatever it is.
Trips to Dubai, all that crap. And
Yeah,
people,
prostitutes.
But guess what? But you know what, though? Some women have actually accepted, you know what? This is the lifestyle I want to live.
I know
And
educated
they-
women that leave
right.
here, that they have lived in the United States and leave here and move to Nigeria.
Right.
Very, educated, smart, beautiful women, and then they're in town for a couple months. And next thing you know, they're like, I don't need to work. And I have a boyfriend that's taking care of me. Yeah, he's married, but who cares about that? I just don't understand it.
Right.
It's like you just leave your morals at home, and you're like, all right.
Exactly.
When in
So,
Rome.
At the end of the day, you can't really blame Nigerian men. So that bone of contention is
No.
not right.
Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
You guys know better. You guys are greedy. They're greedy. You feel entitled. You feel that you can have any woman you want, whether you're married or not.
That's just the Nigerian
You-
man's swag right there, man.
That's not swag.
What is it?
That's not swag.
What is it?
I don't know what to call it, but
that-
it's not swag.
It's that confidence.
It's greed. It is greed. You feel like you can have as many as you want. As long as you can afford it, you can have it.
Right.
Even broke men have girlfriends. I don't even understand. One woman is enough for Allah. Why do you want more? And I
That-
say that and I stand by that. I know what I can
That
do.
I can agree
I know
with.
what I'm capable
Why do you
of.
want extra headache? Isn't one headache enough?
I mean, if we have to put that, yes, if that's the argument, yes, but why?
Yeah. But
Yes,
Okay.
I'm saying they feel like
Well,
if you can afford it.
right.
Well, let's not go into the religion.
I'm not
and
touching
all
the
of
religion
that.
aspect
I'm
of
not
this. No,
touching
no,
that
no,
either.
no, 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 no. I'm
Exactly.
not going there. But you know what? Again, it's not right.
No,
Unfortunately, it's now kind of accepted and
it
understood.
shouldn't be.
So who's going to change it? Who could really stand up? Isn't it the woman that should say, you know what?
You know how
Enough
many
of this.
times? Okay, you know how many times I've told married men, "Leave me alone. I'm not interested."
But they're persistent
What's-
because they feel like they
forget
can
the-
break down those walls.
As soon as I leave one, I walk out the door, and another one is like, "Hey."
Well,
And it's
you're
just
an-
kind of
you're
like,
an attractive
and
young
then
woman.
there are
I can see
people
why.
that tell you that you're going to the wrong places, the places you're going. It's everywhere you go. It's in church.
It's in the
everywhere
church.
you
Yeah,
go.
it's
So you
everywhere.
can't just say,
Right.
so because I'm a single woman, I should lock myself in my house because I'm afraid that a married man is going to hit on me. Don't
Right.
get me wrong. You know, I'm flattered. People hit on you. They give you compliments.
Right.
You know, that's very flattering. But you're a married man. Keep your eyes to yourself. Stop disrespecting your wife. Stop it. Stop it.
But again, you can't just no. So why are you just putting this on the man?
I mean, there are women that are to blame as well, but when I'm talking
Right.
from a single woman standpoint, and I just feel like you're making my life more difficult than it needs to be.
I think in a way.
And stop giving me lies like we're having problems, we're having trouble. I beg, please, please, please. When you've settled your situation and you've signed on the dotted line, then come look for me. Don't come during the separation.
But let me say something though, honestly. And I'm about to get real ignorant right now.
I was
Women
prepared.
outnumber men.
I knew you were gonna say that. Yes,
Yeah.
statistically they do.
but
However,
a lot.
it's okay.
And let me
They're
tell you
le-
something.
They're
I'm-
lesbians too. Equalize.
Oh my God.
No, please, I take that back. I think my mom's listening, but it's true.
Mummy Khalil. I'm gonna read. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I'm gonna read. That's what I'm talking about, man. I want to talk about some of the things that we've been talking. Let me see. Wow,
I'm
this
interested
got
to see. 94
comments already on Facebook in
Jeez.
30 minutes.
I'm actually interested to see what comments.
Right.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay. Coco Maurice, who gets my point of view, says, ask the girls why they fool around with the married men.
If a married man was staying away from these single women, these
Right.
young, I don't know how to put them, single women, that's the best way to put it,
Right.
then she wouldn't be after you. Like, you've made it okay now that you're constantly trying to look for the youngest, hottest thing that can be your arm candy, and you're taking trips to buy these girls. I'm not gonna call them innocent, but these sort of like, how do I call them? I can't find the word right now.
Don't call them innocent, because they're not. They know what they're
innocent,
doing.
But they're young. They're naive. These
Right.
young, naive
and
girls.
They're fooled by the glitz and the glamour
They
and the money
do.
and everything.
And everything comes at a cost.
Yeah, let me say that. Mood Sani Usman says, it is because both men and women are ignorant of the institution of marriage. Nobody knows the do's and don'ts in marriage life.
People need to take
and that is
their
why
vows
men
more
think
seriously.
marriage is gambling and would know it all while. I need to read this thing, man. Sorry. He didn't. I don't know.
Next.
Now, Sanusi Muhyiddin says, naturally, marrying one wife can't be applicable to all men. The ratio are not the same. If one man had one wife per head, where are you going to put all the remaining single women?
We'll find out. We'll be okay. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. Just do you. Stick to one and let us worry about that.
Yeah. Wow. Somebody said they did a research recently. Saidu Adamu says almost 70% of Nigerian married men are doing it. Wow.
70%. I would have thought it was 90. I'm sorry. Don't be offended, Nigerian married men. But I thought the statistics were much higher.
Wow. So again,
I mean,
I'm not saying it's acceptable. It's it's
yeah,
just
but
what
it's
it is
become
and everything.
acceptable now. It's sort of like the
No, I'm not
unspoken
condoning
truth.
it. I'm not condoning it, but it's happening. Is it going to stop anytime soon? I don't think so. And again, like you
You
said,
don't want it to stop. These men don't want it to stop.
hey,
I can say all us single women will band together. It's not gonna happen.
garbage.
It's just not gonna happen because
some of y'all gonna sell
they're
each.
lured by the glitz, the glam, the
And some women want to be
new bag, new
so-
car.
It's just like here. Sometimes, when I used to work a long time ago, I used to hear some women saying that, you know what, I'm just gonna find me a rich man and have his child, and he's gonna support me and my child.
Why bother going to school? If that's really what might as well breed you to be a housewife or just be bred to be a housewife. Like, why bother yourself?
So I'm not condoning it. So, okay, so if at all you think this could be stopped, what do you recommend?
Okay, I don't want to put it all, obviously, I don't want to put it all on the men and say, but I do feel like each has a role to play.
Right.
I mean, you need to sort of respect these vows of marriage. Like, the vows that you take, you need to take them more seriously.
Okay, so is it okay if a man's not married? Maybe if he's just in a relationship, in a serious relationship. Is that okay?
You said serious relationship. Relationship is serious. I feel like until you get to that point,
Right.
you're still sort of like testing the waters and you're trying to see
So if
what's
you're dating,
best.
you could date it. So you could have a
I
main
didn't
girl
say you
that you're
date
dating.
as many as you want, but I mean, essentially, you're trying to find the perfect match for you that you're
Right.
going to spend the rest of your life with. So what are you going to like stick to someone like glue and be like, by force, I'm going to marry you? It doesn't work that way. Like, you have to don't put all your eggs in one basket, as I say.
Whoa, that's
But
interesting.
once you are
Right.
married, once you take those vows,
Right.
take them more seriously.
Exactly, but this is my song right here. Ebenezer Obey. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh boy, obey.
Yeah, that's I love
about
that
to get
guy.
down.
Yeah, so but you know what? Interesting topic, man. It's do I think it's gonna stop anytime soon? I seriously doubt it. Again, because there's some women that just feel like, and some women don't want the headache of a relationship. Believe it. They're like, you know what? He's married. Let me get what I need to get out of him. He could go back home to his wife and do
but
whatever
he's
and
also
everything.
the one that's throwing all these fancy things in her face. I mean,
But
I know.
she could refuse it.
she can, but he can stop and
Right.
not offer it at all.
If the devil says do this, I can say no. So if the man's telling the woman, here,
That's why you call it temptation, honestly.
Right, she
Because
could
they'll
say-
keep tempting you with it. And
right,
at some point,
you
want to
carry $3,000 bags, you want good stuff and
All I
everything.
have to say is, and
Right.
this goes to men and women, nothing is free. Nothing in this life is free. So
nah, you don't get nothing for
really
nothing,
need to
right.
consider, yes, you look fly
Right.
today, but at what cost? Is it your reputation? Is it your health? Is it?
I don't think some people care about reputation anymore. Some of them.
You should.
Yeah, it's just it's a shame. So, Dolapo,
Yes.
how did you what did you think of the show? How
I
was the experience?
thoroughly enjoyed the show. I mean, I was so nervous when I got here, and when you even offered, I was like, I've never been on radio. What do you mean? But
no, that's what the
this
humble-
was very enjoyable. He made me
Nah, man.
extremely comfortable, and
That's what
I
the
would
humble
come
prince does, man.
anytime.
Like I tell people, man, please, anybody feel free to come if you have a good conversation to talk
Yes,
about a good topic.
definitely.
You know, let's just chop it up, man. There's nothing, you know, I didn't go to any radio school. They picked me off the street. You do that. I just, you know, so.
I believe that.
Yeah, I'm serious. You're supposed to be like, really? You didn't go to radio school?
You're natural. You're
Yeah.
natural. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
But you know what? I have a bone to pick with Nigerian men, man. Jonathan, give me about 5 more minutes, man.
Okay.
I hate when we went to there was a final event last night in New York City.
Okay.
Right. Big shout out to Iken. It was a fantastic turnout. I hosted that event and everything. No matter where you looked, north, east,
Beautiful
south,
women.
west, there were beautiful women everywhere. I
You
mean,
men will say
woo!
there's
I
quality
was
women.
like, damn.
Plenty of quality women. You just
And-
need to look in the right places.
Right. You see most of this, and most of the Nigerian men, the single ones are complaining, oh, there are no good women out there, blah, 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 blah. Kiss my ass. There's a lot of beautiful women out there.
I finally have something I agree with Oluwa.
Yeah.
I completely
Let me tell you
agree.
something. Most of the guys were like, oh, probably looking at Facebook or stuff, and you saw women dancing with each other and everything. Now, I always say that once a woman comes out, like she gets her hair done, makeup is right, wears high heel shoes,
See?
hurting her
Take notice,
feet,
so.
right?
It's not easy.
She didn't come out to just dance with her friends. She wanted
didn't.
to be scooped up.
It's like that
Exactly.
whole high school
And-
mentality. The
right.
men stay on one side, women, and we're so grown.
Oh man, exactly.
Come on,
So,
get it together, people.
I was talking to some guys.
Socialize.
I was like, guys, you know what's up, man? There's all these beautiful women. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk to them. You know, right now we're talking business and everything.
Business on your own time.
Yeah, they call it. Oh, one actually said, "Oh, this is a networking event." Nah, kiss my ass. What kind of networking
That's
event
code.
that is, man?
That's
exactly.
code.
No, this is a time to mingle and everything. So most of them were just standing in the corner, posing and everything. Guys, come on, man. Even if these girls want to come and talk to you, let's really, we're still a little old-fashioned. You have to make the move.
Yes. Oh,
Don't you agree?
sorry. Yes, definitely. Sorry.
Right.
Before we end, I
Go.
wanted to talk a little bit about the organization that I'm.
Oh yeah,
working
yeah,
with
yeah.
before
No,
I forget.
but there's something. Oh, man.
Oh,
Let
we
me
got a
take
call.
This last call.
Okay.
You're live with the Humble Prince. Make it quick. What's up?
Hi. This is Vusi from Tennessee. I just want to say shouts out to Olu and Damola.
Dolapo.
I wanted to make a comment about the topic of marriage that you were talking about.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. So, not to offend anyone, but I think Damola is making the assumption that
Dolapo, you mean?
Seriously. Funny enough, Damola's my brother's name. That's funny enough that you called me that. But go ahead.
everybody believes in monogamy. So, actually, the Bible doesn't monogamy should be practiced because it says it's very clear about certain laws, like do not kill. You cannot. There are not two ways to interpret it. But monogamy was actually introduced into Christianity by the Romans, and a lot of people practice it. But Africans traditionally are not monogamous, and I think the African society should go back to being polygamous.
God bless you. Man.
Hey.
God bless
I'm
your
sorry,
whole
what
family.
was your name again?
Sorry, what's your name again?
Vusi.
Busi, thank you so much.
Busi.
Let's give this guy a
No,
round of applause.
Busi.
God damn it. Busi, thank
All
you so
I
much
have
for
to
calling,
say
man.
is-
Busi, you know what? Please follow us on Facebook, Humble Prince,
don't
Twitter,
know
and
if-
everything.
I
I
don't
got
have
a gift
anything
for
to
you,
say
man.
to you, Busi.
Yeah. Hi, Busi. Are you on
We do not
Facebook?
agree.
Oh, he hung up. Busi, if you're listening, man, if you're on Facebook, man, follow me, man. I have a gift for you. He's right.
Are you married, Busi? That's what I want to know. I want to know if you're married.
no,
and
but,
you're looking to number 2 or 3. Is that what the problem?
If you can afford
it's
it.
illegal in America. So unless you want to pack up and ship back to Africa,
America's,
Mr. African.
America, man. America's messing up the game, man. But anyway, enough about that. But like I wanted to say, thank you so much for joining. It was definitely a
Yes.
pleasure having you on the show and everything. So before
great
you go, I know
being
I know there were a few things you wanted to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta
I
wrap
mean,
up
there's an
already, but-
organization that I'm
Right.
currently working with in
Nice.
Nigeria, and it's called Life Can Be Greater.
Good.
And it's lcbg2020.org.
Okay.
And the premise behind it, it's sort of a movement, really, trying to find solutions to everyday problems that people complain about. Instead of most people focus on the grand, sort of these grand, and there's nothing wrong with that, HIV, AIDS, and curing all this, but we're trying to find solutions to everyday issues like, traffic in Lagos. Okay, let's do, and I know that's a huge thing, roadside assistant trucks that will be riding through the BRT lane that will be
Amen.
able to
Amen to
help,
that.
and it'll
Electricity.
be free. Electricity,
Water,
let's do
right.
some sort of time sharing where, you'll have it this time, and you have an allotted amount of time where you'll be able to have electricity, and you know when this time will be. And so it's just really people coming together, joining the movement, coming up with ideas, and LCBG will basically help you to sort of implement these ideas. You know, toilets in marketplaces, because that's a huge hygiene problem. And
right.
So it's really, and then there's a tuition subsidy program where a lot of the major issue a lot of kids have with, you know, education is just not being able to fund it. So going to these schools and people getting involved, and, you know, we had an event in Lasso recently, and 10 kids were awarded scholarships, but we're trying to increase that and spread it, and almost have a FAFSA system or financial aid system at the end of this, that by 2020 have this sort of financial aid system that mirrors the FAFSA system here, and you know, where kids can apply and know that at least they're good when it comes to education and financing their education, and everyone deserves that. That's a basic human right.
Honestly, I think that's very good concept. But you know what? You're coming back next week, right?
Yes.
Hey, great.
They invited me to come back. They liked me.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that more. But one thing we like to do on the show, before you go, please, if there's anybody you'd like to acknowledge or give a shout out, please, the floor is yours.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I just want an Emmy. Someone just told me I'd like to thank God and my family.
This show, I mean, look at, you know, sponsorship, man. Finding Fella, that's one of the big, this is a show.
I want to thank you guys for having me. And I guess the person that introduced us, let me shout out to Biola.
Oh, big shout out to Biola. You know, Biola,
So, there you go. So, I say thank you to you. And just, thank you for having me. And I look forward to next Wednesday.
Well, like I said, I didn't have you yet. Maybe next Wednesday I'll have you again. But no, I'm saying.
How many people agree that that's old now?
I know. I gotta find. Hey, production. I gotta find another joke. But no, seriously, big shout out to Abiola. Abiola was one of the active people who used to be on the show. You know, he started working on other things here. Big shout out to Abiola, DJ Wale, Shakira, the whole team, man. And while I'm doing that, you know, you did something that I like, because normally when I tell people to acknowledge and give shout outs, they thank everybody but me. And I call them out like, is there anybody else you want to thank?
You're so humble.
I'm a very humble guy, but you know, at least acknowledge. You know, Nigerians, you're like, oh, you don't have to thank us, but you better thank us, goddammit. Yeah.
We had a conversation. I mean, I don't know if you mind me putting out there, where we just met on Sunday. Yeah. We literally had a conversation.
We went to watch soccer. Yeah.
We went to watch soccer, and he walks up to me, and we started talking. He was like, you should be on my show. And I'm like, what? That sounds like a line. It's
not
like,
a line.
No, I really, I genuinely have a show, and you should be on the show.
Yeah.
So,
people think it's a pickup line. No. It's what it is,
I'm sure
man.
It's been used as that in the past.
Oh, wait. Anyway, let's talk. I'd like to thank my headphones. Look at that. Man.
He's nervous. I think he's nervous.
Please, let's give a round of applause to my production team. That's what separates this radio show from a lot of radio shows.
Great.
Jonathan, thank you so much. I love you. Nick, I'm sure you do. Big thank you to SA and Sammy on social media. Really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And I'd like to thank all the listeners. Thank everybody on Facebook.
Thank you for all the comments.
Your feedback. Yeah, feedback was great on Instagram. Please follow me on Facebook, Humble Prince, on Instagram. You know what, guys? I need Instagram followers, man. Seriously.
He just joined Instagram. He's so late in the game, but please follow him now.
Guess what? I swear I was never going to join Instagram. I said Facebook was enough.
That's what I said too.
Yeah, but I had to join it, man. When I saw the plan, and you know what? We need to talk about this next week, because people still think social media is nonsense and everything. It's a powerful tool.
It is.
I'm really seeing it.
How many social media stars? I mean, how many stars it's sort of birthed?
Right. I looked at Kim Kardashian's followers. She has 17 million followers, and that's how she made.
That many?
Yeah.
She has more followers than Beyonce, and I mean, people that I was shocked by that. I was shocked.
I should make a sex video.
No,
let me stop.
But
guys, thank you so much again. I'd like to thank our sponsors. The producers at Finding Fella, epic documentary about Fela Anikulapo Kuti. Please check it out. Yeah, www.findingfella.com. Again, I think they're going to be sponsoring us again next week. And guys, if you'd like to advertise on the #1 hit radio show, please contact us at advertising@SaharaReporters.com or humbleprince@gmail.com. And anything else you want to say? I think I'm done, man. I think that was.
See you guys next week.
Oh, look at you. Yeah, chill.
I'm nice and comfortable now.
I'll let you know if you're coming back next week. Guys, that's all the show we have live with Humble Prince. We'll see you next week. We're out.
Bye.